Hey there folks, this is David on David's Brain, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Metaphor ReFantazio for the PS5. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, and contribute to my Patreon, links in the description at the bottom. Alright, here we are. The throne room. Luis is sitting there all nice and comfy and cozy, right after we sent his number one glazer, just flying off the palace and splatting onto the ground like a pancake. Yeah, no, as much as I can understand where Zorba was coming from, his actions don't exactly justify his temper tantrums. Yeah, he just joined up with, he was just an angry, spiteful asshole who joined up with somebody that was willing to give him an easy solution to take his anger out on everyone. Yeah, like Louise, Zorba just wanted the entire world to pay for his therapy session. So now, it's time to make ourselves a house call.
Is all well?
Past us is the throne room, where Luis waits. We cannot turn back now. Are you prepared? As I'll ever be.
I'm heading out.
We'll get the royal scepter back for certain. There's no way we'll let him do as he pleases any longer. Yo, asshole, get the hell off my chair!
Such a countenance. So you truly are Prince Reborn. I must say, you and your father are cut from the same cloth. Quite unpredictable as death looms.
What of you? Is this hornless form your own true being?
I'll say this here for your own good, Luis. Hand over the royal scepter. Only the one who has earned the people's support is fit to be king. You and us. We can still end this without more bloodshed.
No path forward is bloodless. The king may have avoided it, but the people will only shed his share. That has been this country's crime for too long. Those in power exact the price of their greed from the people, then preach that such pain is a natural trial to be overcome. The indolent powers of this land have poisoned it with their lies. There is no cure but destruction.
Who's the real charlatan here? You turn people into monsters and convince them it's salvation. Even Zorba, your most loyal vassal, you twisted into a monster. You promise protection to your devoted, yet always fall short of the mark.
I have never lied. I swear upon my name, it is one of the greatest trespasses I can imagine. Have you never wondered why the king's magic is so strong and forced? Or why the royal scepter can only be used by those who bear the public's favor? One royal hand clutching one bejeweled rod does not alone accomplish such wonders of magic. But what if it drew Magla not from its wielder, but from the masses? That is the truth. The royal scepter is a divine relic that absorbs Magla from people across the kingdom. And thus, the royal magic's power is near inexhaustible. Such has been the royal family's tradition for centuries, generations upon generations. Do you know what this means? Magla is mortal anxiety, which means that the people of this country now have no choice but to perpetually direct their anxiety to the king, simply to stay safe.
Absurd. Then how do you explain the people of the capital going mad?
It was no madness that took them. The Magla spews from their helpless hearts at a rate far greater than the scepter can absorb. Hence the stagnation. The behavior now on full display is their inborn, true nature. When they cannot control their fears, they lash out at neighbor and outsider alike. And that is mortal weakness.
That's who they really are.
So the king's servants created the massive Magla flow from the vast Magla throughout the kingdom. But that in itself was born to the people. So, basically, this whole thing is just the people's self-inflicted wound.
In a world like this, order built on mutual understanding is but a dream within a dream. Before we achieve resolution, the people must be corrected. On the day the late king's magic fades, I will shape the royal magic anew. All the Magla gathered over these months of turmoil will be restored to the people. Those who can overcome it will be reborn as new humans. Thus, we achieve our first round of natural selection. Our first step towards a world truly fair and just.
Natural selection? New humans? What absurd delusions.
Delusions? You witnessed how the prince lost his very self to my spell, and then re-emerged with powers and will burning ever brighter.
You mean you would do to the people exactly what you did to him? You would use the royal magic to inflict such horrors on all the crown's subjects?
Those who follow me and accept the rule of power will surely survive by virtue of their own will. But if they give in to fear, yes, they will lose both form and mind. That is what it means to protect those who follow. It is not a salvation given of empty charity, but earned through the providence of power.
Then, that's your true ambition. That's why you sent Sorba to the royal funeral. You never even wanted the throne. It was all for the royal scepter.
The shows of power, terrifying the people. It wasn't just manipulation. You justified all of that.
The man would turn all people into humans. It defies all sense.
Worry not. You've proven you're more than worthy. I've little doubt you'll survive the first culling and move on to the new world. You mentioned earlier that we might still resolve this without bloodshed. Then, I put the same offer to you. Join me, Prince. Born of Elden blood, welcoming anyone regardless of tribe. It is no coincidence that you and I take inspiration from the same book.
Don't let him sway you, Your Highness.
I know you detest injustice as I do. Come with me. Let me lend you my power, and together we will change the unfair world we seek to destroy.
You know, Louise, I was wrong about you. You're not greedy or evil. You're batshit insane!
I don't seek to destroy this world or any other.
Exactly! He's nothing like you!
Should you deny me, then what? How would you fix this country? You must have seen it everywhere you traveled. Tradition, superstition, family honor, and all those struck down unjustly in the name of such authorities. The only cure for such suffering is a simpler world, in which strength triumphs over pain. It is not a solution without cruelty. But surely the fairness it would restore to our lives is worth any sacrifice. Come with me, and we can realize this dream. What say you?
Yeah, Armstrong? Shut the hell up!
The fairness you speak of is false.
He's got the right of it, Luis. It's not even about what'll be sacrificed. It's about having respect for what the dream costs. And you've got none of that. You keep talking about your laws of power. But what that comes down to is you figure some people in this world just deserve to die. If that's what you believe in, then you can hate Forden all you want, but you're no different.
Be silent.
Oh, that struck a
I
nerve.
once had my own aspirations. Yes, I had dreams. But what has the world ever done for us?
Oh, what the hell's he doing?
What's happening?
Oh, what the hell just happened?
The royal scepter? But how?
So be it. There is still time until my magic settles upon this land. Until then, I will watch the world collapse from my perch at the top.
Wait! Luis!
I have done this for their sakes, not for mine. History and the will of the people will prove that. If you have the strength to weather this storm and come to me, I will deem you a worthy opponent. It will be a mercy to you, at the very least.
And the worst part is I can tell he genuinely believes his shit. Skybound Avatar Conquest. Luis waffled on about his solipsistic ideals before disappearing into a storm of Magla. I can't just sit here twiddling my thumbs. After him! You're waffling on so much I was looking for the butter and syrup.
If we push forward, we'll be in grave danger. This storm itself is a maelstrom of pure Magla.
Maybe this is just what it looks like. And the people's minds are slaves to their anxiety and fear.
That doesn't mean the solution is to deform them into monsters. The man's an arrogant lunatic.
We must give chase somehow.
All aspirants to the throne.
Pops?
This voice. Your Majesty?
The royal scepter has been taken. Luis now wields the royal magic to his own dark ends.
Luis was one step ahead of us. We did not expect him to seize and use the scepter before the final deadline.
His magic will be set in motion on the very day that the new king is to be decided. Such is the decree.
So it's just as Luis said. He won't let this campaign end any way but his. The bastard always loved making a spectacle of this. Your Majesty, you were killed by Luis yourself. Doesn't it matter to you that he may succeed as king?
I had sought death long before he granted it.
I thought so.
You wished for your own death? But why?
Why not?
The ideals I once believed in, I no longer had the power within me to fulfill them. Thus, I ensured my very life would serve as key to activate the royal magic. Should revolutionary fervor seek to destroy my regime, should Luis or any other malcontent take my life, therein would lie the catalyst. Thus would I appear, on a day so appointed, with form and voice, given life by royal magic.
I see. No wonder the magic survived even the prince's reawakening. It was never a matter of retaliation against the church or anything of the sort. You truly wished to pass the crown to whoever the people elected of their own will.
Oh, Prince. My son. If thou wouldst inherit the kingdom, thou must stop Luis. That is a trial befitting one who would take the throne.
His Majesty's Magla has faded.
I guess that's it. It really is up to us to save this land's future.
Luis is just ahead. We have to find a way to get beyond this storm, reckless or not.
Let's fall back to the royal capital for now, so we can come up with a strategy.
Hey! He's running that way! Kill anyone who stands against Count Luis! We fight for justice! Make them understand!
'Tis a battlefield out here. They know nothing of their savior's true intent, yet the streets are teeming with self-declared military police.
What's a man supposed to do when they're running around screaming about justice with bloodshot eyes?
So it's a crime to even disagree now. He said this was just their nature. I suppose I can see where his disappointment springs from.
But your allies are working hard too. It's not all as bad as it looks.
We are grateful. We will believe in their support as they believe in us.
By the way, I talked with Nurus on how to get to Luis's location. And of course, he said there's only one thing for it. Armor up the Skyrunner and dive in.
That's your strategy?
Think, my girl. It's our best play. But with no time for modifications, I can't say how long she'll last in there. I say, we've got one shot to charge in.
A proper dramatic do-or-die fight.
The road you run is perilous.
If we have but one chance, I'd say the final day is when we'd have even the slightest odds of success.
Right. That place is churning with the scepters gathered, Magla. But if the casting steadily drains it away, then much of the ambient Magla should be gone by the last day.
A proper dramatic do-or-die fight at the very last minute.
We would walk a treacherous tightrope until the very end. But have we ever done things any other way?
Exactly.
We cannot yield now. Luis's ambitions must be stopped, even at the cost of our lives.
Let's give it a shot.
Alright. Operation Save the Country. I must defeat Luis and save the country. But first, I'll have to get past the Magla storm to reach him. I should prepare thoroughly and wait for our day of departure. So yeah, we got at least 12 days left to go. Plenty of time. And plenty of time to take out the rest of the quests, and anything else that needs getting done.
You worked out some more of the truth, yes? Can you tell me more about what happened at the Royal Palace?
Alright, well, sit down. This is gonna be a long one.
Luis is Elden. Everything is as we were told at the Ancient Sanctum.
What? Bloody hell. That's a heavy hit right off the bat.
Luis knew the truth of the royal scepter. It's a divine relic that absorbs anxiety from the people. That's the fuel for its incredible power.
The masses have grown accustomed to a life where the king bears the brunt and responsibility for their anxieties. All this chaos comes from that dynamics reversal.
Might need you to slow down a bit. So that's his aim. Luis wants to make this a land of humans.
A drastic remedy to awaken the people spoiled by the royal scepter's power. And their horrific transformation is but the end to his chosen means. Yet I sensed some other reason to go to such atrocious lengths. He pursues some other purpose.
Well, if he's Elden, then Luis must have been there when the Sanctus Church made an inferno of his home. So, you suppose it's for revenge?
Can't say. He also ordered Zorba to directly attack the Ancient Sanctum after all.
Something he said stuck with me. About how he used to have dreams. Dreams long dead. I think he doesn't trust dreams. As in, he refuses to believe in anything that actually takes a risk. Like connecting with people or personal change. Maybe to Luis, dreams are just lies.
Perhaps he wants to push history forward with his own hands, like those of the world past.
It's ludicrous. I'll not let him get away with his self-obsessed madness. If we're to be ruled, it shouldn't be by someone who's given up on the world.
Indeed. Besides, the rightful heir stands with us. Should we succeed, you stand to inherit the throne soon. Are you prepared, Your Highness?
Obviously. Let's get this party started. Sure, Luis has every right to be angry, right to be pissed, right to be disillusioned, but again, as I've been saying, he doesn't deserve to have the entire world pay for his therapy sessions.
Yes, of course.
You really are committed, huh? In any case, we'll confront Luis on the last day. Until then, let's tie up our loose ends so we can fight with no regrets.
You've done a fine job so far. Time to follow through on those campaign promises, eh? Win this one for us.
Look at what Luis has made there. Unbelievable. We're getting in there, and we're going to tear it down.
What's that about it?
The Tyrant's Star, a storm Magla created by the Royal Scepter. Luis awaits a final confrontation in its eye.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 12 days remain.
Hey, Barden, what do you got for me, big man?
Have a look.
The deadline?
We have a few days until the day of the hero dawns. I want to be sure we're in tip-top shape before then, so we can cut through that mass of Magla and give Luis what he deserves. Do not forget that Luis wields the royal scepter. We will truly need all of our strength and talents to win this fight. Just means we're going to be at the top of our game, don't it? Anything we're missing, now's the time to find it.
We gotta prep.
After everything that's happened, we definitely cannot allow Luis to become king. Let's make sure we're ready. Don't leave anything undone. Yeah, I was not putting up with any of Louise's Senator Armstrong bullshit. Yeah, doing this for the good of the people. Yeah. Ugh. A final decisive battle will take place on October 26th, a day before the Day of the Hero, when the new king will be crowned. Defeating Luis will require substantial strength and power. Spend time with your followers and travel the world to prepare your party. In 11 days, we'll face our final battle. Maybe we should test our strength in the Brawlhaven Coliseum to see if we're a match for Luis. I want to make sure we're as strong as we can be, too. Oh, wow, you're actually having input on these conversations now. And the truth of the royal scepter. A divine relic in the form of a scepter, outstandingly powerful even among the other relics of the old world. Has the extraordinary power to absorb Magla for the masses and store that Magla in large quantities, and is capable of unleashing magic equal in destructive power to natural disasters. The first king of Uchronia realized that its power to absorb Magla from others was, in effect, the power to force people to forget their anxieties. Yeah, and allow prejudice and bigotry to crawl in thanks to the church. To ensure that ruinous wars like the War of Destruction would never happen again, generations of kings made it their duty to ground their influence throughout the entire kingdom. Their wish was granted, and the kingdom enjoyed a long peace. But that peace came at a heavy price, robbing people of the inward strength to face their own anxieties themselves. Now, the time has come for the kingdom to settle its long-standing debt. Yep, that's what Louise is all about. Spiritual Darwinism, baby. Yeah, sink or swim, face your own anxieties and accept them, or be deformed into a disgusting beast.
Mister?
This is going to be your last fight, right? Miss Fabienne said so. Please, do your best. I'm sure Papa's in the sky watching over you. And I'm cheering for you too.
Well, can't exactly let them down now.
The Day of the Hero is the anniversary of the coronation of the first king. It's the perfect day for a decisive battle for the crown.
Yep. Stage is set, and hey, gotta give Luis some credit there. He definitely knows how to set up the flair for the dramatic.
All right then.
Yeah, the worst part is, yeah, Luis may be right.
Let's go. What now?
Alright, let's see. Now that we're here, any other bounties? Nope. Alright, yeah, anyways, now that we're back up to rank 2, we should have ourselves quite a bit of a war chest here. Some extra magnetite.
Hello there.
Your Highness. Oh, yeah.
Isn't that...
Alright, yep, and there we are.
The voices supporting you are getting louder after we destroyed the device of the royal palace. All that's left is to show people your promises for a new way of life in what time we have. Honestly, though, I can hardly care about Luis or saving this country anymore. I just want you to be king. Right. I know we can't avoid fighting Luis, but I think it's more about fighting for the future we want to have.
And I think, you know, fighting for a future where we don't turn into Lovecraftian hell beasts, yeah, just because somebody decides, oh yeah, Darwinism sucks, lol, skill issue, lol. You know, I think it sounds a little better. Yeah, with me in charge, I can actually work to dismantle the Sanctus Church. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that should be the first step. And second off, you know, if people need to figure out a way to deal with their anxieties on their own, so... I believe that you are His Highness the Prince. So allow me to ask you frankly. Is it possible to stop this chaos? That depends on all of us. When you say us, do you mean the Sade Army as well? Naturally, we'll spare no effort to the cause. I'm taking a gamble on you, but there's no better option right now. I'm tired of Louis treating the country like he already rules it. Alright, yeah. He never abandons people in need, and he doesn't shy away from people in the country's underbelly either. The prince that I know has always been that way. You're still here, eh? I've had just about enough of you. Not another peep for that irritating voice of yours, you hear? Maybe you need to be roughed up a bit to get it through your thick skull. You obviously like to run that tongue of yours. I'll rip it out along with your heart. I prefer if you could spare me the pain, thanks. Sorry, but at times like these, I don't think it's possible for me to keep my mouth shut. Oh, this bastard! Don't touch him! If you're going to hurt someone, hurt me instead! I also support the prince, just like Batlin. I'm tired of being scared and staying silent. And me as well. Louise isn't king yet. Trying to solve things with violence is nothing but a coward's move.
Louise is the only one left.
Well, yep, like Louise said, well, yeah, if you got a hammer, then every solution looks like a nail. Yeah, Louise has got one hell of a hammer.
This is a right.
Got a special running today.
Let's see here.
What now?
Yeah, I think now I'm starting to understand the dire importance of having all these, what was it again? Oh, yeah, all those MP restoration items, because, yeah, things got really dicey back up at the palace. Alright, let's see, the church.
Right away.
Even during dark times like such as this. No, precisely at times like these, there are a great many believers who seek out the church. As one who is powerless, all I can do is be here for them, and offer my prayers of victory for the ones who would fight on their behalf. Well, maybe so. Let's do something a little bit more practical here. All right, we got ourselves a ton of gear to go and purify. All right, let's see. Starting off with the Ame no Habakiri, increases damage against human-type monsters. Ooh, yes. On the Lance of Judgment, increases the chance of counter skills activating.
Indeed.
Divine Fist increases damage against undead-type monsters. The Golden Wing Abacus, which decreases the cost of buddy skills. Let's see, the Edge of Calamity, which increases strike attack strength.
Oh, nice.
Let's see, Ashura's Hands, Yaksha's Hands. Let's see, which one should I go for? Oh, wait, I can just switch between them whenever I want, so...
Understood.
Alright, let's see. Duelist headgear raises evasion against slash, pierce, and strike.
Yeah.
And let's see, I need a lot of Blessed Water and Grace Water, eh? I think I should probably keep those on just in case. Besides, I've already got 2 of each, so...
What now?
Edge of Calamity for Basilio, the Amano Harakiri for Stroll, let's see, Lance of Judgment for Hulkenberg, and the Divine Fist for, I guess, also for Basilio. Let's see, the Golden Wing Abacus and the Fortune God's Abacus. Let's see, Agility +5 and Luck +5 and decreasing the cost of money skills. And let's see, Ashura's Hands, Duelist Headgear, Jouster's Headgear, Bruiser's Headgear, and yeah, a whole bunch of spare Artisan's Headgear. But again, I've got 2 of each of them, so yeah, I think I'm pretty much covered.
Oh, Morpheus. About that thing I wanted to ask you. I prefer if we could talk about it in private, so maybe the next time you're going out?
Oh, yeah, I wonder what she wants to talk about.
Okay?
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot her. Let's see. Yeah, still not finished yet. And yeah, so we need to get ourselves a ranking with Yufa and Basilio.
I've got quite the deal today. Now then.
Oh, right, and all this here. But there is one thing that I want, and I admit I definitely won't be actually needing it, but there's just one of it, so might as well. And besides, I got plenty of cash.
All right then. Let's go. Oh.
Ah.
Well then.
Well, while we're here, might as well go and check about more and see if there's any, see if he has anything new to say.
Now, where was I?
Or if there's something new with the scrolls. Nope.
In truth.
What?
That's right.
Alright, whatever.
Do make yourself at home. Why, that's...
In this moment, the world hangs on a precipice of great change, doesn't it? I know not if for the better or worse. Whatever the truth, the hearts of the people are fighting to transform the world. Perhaps they have lost themselves to anxiety and seek to snuff out any threat. Perhaps they now face their anxieties and seek happiness for all in spite of them. Lost in their anxiety and stomping out anything to stomping their fears out literally or facing them head on. Either way, I hope to see a new utopia realized. Only you can decide the principles that define it.
I can depend only on you.
I pledge to help in any way I can. Above all, I sincerely hope for your safety from the bottom of my heart. Well, definitely gonna need a little bit more than host, but, well, appreciate you got my back all the same. And yeah, for the final battle, definitely gonna need everyone to unlock their ultimate royal archetypes. Yeah, for Heisme, Juna, Yufa, and Basilio. And to that end, need to focus on these two. Alright, well, I got some appraising to do, and some resources to collect. So, gonna call it a day. And next time, let's see. Yep, save the country, and then we'll deal with all of these here. Yeah, I must defeat Luis and save the country. But first, I'll have to get past the Magla store to reach him. I should prepare thoroughly and wait for the day of our departure. Alright, so, till next time, folks. This is David on David's Brain. Say when I see ya. Bye-bye.